Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a wonderful hump day. We're taking a quick look here, of course, at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. We're going to jump into some high block capital data and help understand best practice there. Just generally speaking, what the backend's looking like right now. Market is in an interesting place. Okay? So we're going to talk about that and obviously some macro stuff too. Some things that I think are very helpful for you to understand. So if you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below, I have a trading academy community and signals group. Quick highlight here, very good job here for one of my traders, RJ ETH. Very consistent, and I'm happy you were able to take that trade with us. 0x trade there, took a nice little percent ourselves. You see here we took our take profit 45% on a 5x leverage trade, which is effectively the same as a 10x short leverage trade here as well. So good job on that, everyone. Happy that worked out well for you, and also congrats on our OGN short, 32.3%. So as you can kind of see, we're short heavy here because the plan is to continue to ride out some of these shorts until Bitcoin continues to drop. As we can see, that we have a fairly red market. There's a few coins that are doing okay. But generally speaking, we are looking at a pretty decent sell-off here. Price came up to wake up about 28,999. Actually got a good fill on one of my other exchanges here. We can kind of see I got a good fill there at about 29,000 even. I kind of lucked out there, honestly, but it definitely worked out. And we're in good shape there. So what we want to look at is how much lower the price could go. And obviously, if it continues lower, where might we see a bounce? Okay, so the thing we got to kind of talk about here is just that we should see a bounce where the price action is at right now at 28,000. It's a likely culprit there based on it being a previous resistance area. Should turn to support. Okay, so that's kind of the general consensus there. But is that a guarantee? Definitely not. However, there is a decent amount of volume there. Let's also take a look here as well. The largest amount of volume, again, this is just mostly in the last month or two, is at about 26,000. Once more, just to kind of reiterate, we zoom out a little bit here. We can see there's a different accumulation of volume. Let's go ahead and let's zoom in a little bit. Let's just go from kind of first of the year as a close approximate here. Just before the price waked up there. Most amount of volume is about 23,000. Okay, so there is speculation the price could come down to that level. I'm kind of on that same page because if you do take a look at a few indicators, Elliott Wave, for example, if we do establish a lower low effectively, we will be in that position to see our ABC pattern. Okay, so again, that's not the only reason to consider this. I'm not going to take a short from 20,000 to 23,000. I'll probably take some profit along the way, but that is a potential reality there, 23,000 based on volume. Just kind of throwing out the obvious there. But right now, we can reaffirm that 26 and 28,000 are two support levels, one based on volume, one based on previous resistance. Okay. Taking a look at the RSI, we're kind of tapering off, coming back down here. We can see the MACD is starting to lose momentum. So that little aggressive candle wick is starting to kind of run its course. We can summarize here as well with the simple moving averages. We're above all three, and that's a very positive sign. Okay. So by no means am I screaming that we're just going to drop like a rock. But if we do lose 20,000, there's a good chance 26,000 will be retested. If we lose 26, we'll come down even lower. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about liquidation levels. Let's just touch on this here briefly. We can see with a lot of long liquidation levels, the more recent long liquidation levels are about 27,500. We could start seeing aggressive push down lower if we hit 27.5, and it could come all the way down as low as about 26,000. Again, that's just kind of most recent liquidation levels. We look back a little bit further and we look at our liquidation heat map. We can kind of see here that in the last 7 days, we got a decent amount of liquidation. Once again, 26,500 and 26 even, or 25,750. If you kind of average those two out, you're looking at about 26,000. We go back for a full month and we add all these other exchanges here just to kind of give us a good average. We can kind of see here that in the last month, once more, I've kind of reiterated this a few times, 25.8, 26.4, those are two strong liquidation levels. So if those two levels are hit, we could very well see a free fall below that to 23,000. Okay. Again, just kind of giving you the obvious stuff, the bird's eye stuff, and it may be kind of inobvious if you were just sitting there staring at the 1 to 15 minute charts as a day trader, for example. These are all things that are relevant and important to know as a foundation, because when I was day trading consistently, again, I just don't do it anymore because it's just a pain in the butt to have to watch the charts all day. It is much more lucrative though. When you're day trading all the time, it can be a little, it can be very, very grueling, right? I don't like the gray hairs. But what I'm getting at is if you don't look at the big picture first before you look at the dailies, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. So try not to focus with your blinders on at too small of a time frame. So again, daily looks pretty decent. We've already summarized two previously that we're above some key level supports on the weekly, and the weekly is wanting to converge here too. Okay, so we're a little ways away from that, but we're still maintaining some pretty positive things on the week. So once more, I'm not a true bear. I like to kind of give the obvious things here. And the important thing too, to be a good trader, is to never pick a side, right? You're kind of a turncoat all the time. You're a bull or a bear, depending on how the market looks. Never attach yourself to a premise that we're stuck on 23,000 and that is it. You might get lucky once in a while, that could happen, and you look like a god. But for the most part, it's best to kind of shift gears and align yourself. So let's talk about the 4-hour time frame. This is that transitionary time frame. Is this something that we can hold on to, right? What is the premise here? Well, we do have a MACD divergence that is pretty strong right here. It just occurred a couple of hours ago. That could push us down a little bit further. There's no guarantees when you have a divergence, the price is just going to shoot down. Like right here, for example, it did. There's multiple instances where it bounced and continued higher. Okay, so it's not 100%. You don't just take a trade based on this. But as a swing trader, this is one of my favorite indicators to understand that we have shifted momentum. We are, however, above 3 key level moving averages, above a key level support, which was a previous resistance. And we also have RSI tapering off here for a nice little calming sensation. Right? So we're kind of just relaxing, getting to average out here. We continue to build a volume profile at 20,000, it'll be a totally different story altogether. But if we do take a look at volume, while we are building some volume here at about 28.4, there's still much more volume below the price action giving us that support, but also kind of reiterating the fact that we don't have a ton of support either at 28,000 even. Okay, so we could very well lose that level. Again, 27.5, we're just going to start seeing that cascade of downward momentum based on a ton of liquidation at those levels. One last thing we're going to look at here is the hourly, and we'll call it a day. CD sequential, no overextension there just yet. Take a look at Ichimoku cloud. We can confirm here that we are below the cloud now officially. Conversion lines below the baseline, lagging span is free and clear. So all the more reason why we're holding our short position open as a community right now, and that we are likely to hit our multiple targets. We've already hit our first target. It was a massive profit, about 14-15%. With that OGN and the ZRX trades at 40-50% average, we'll take it, right? That's exactly how it works too. We got a lot of new members coming over. Just want to let you know that we're going to probably have to start setting a limitation on the amount of new members, just to ensure we have that one-on-one possibility there with our Discord there. Make sure that you guys are getting treated fairly. But regardless of that fact, if that is something you were considering, just know there's a trading academy that comes with it. Link in the description below, of course, for my premium group. But it's a really, really cool thing. Kind of a good feature to be able to help you guys get where you need to go in it. And thanks again so much for the praise I've been receiving here lately on a lot of the trades, because they have worked out very well. And again, being 85-90% profitable on average, it's definitely something that's extremely important to do, right? And to know. So just quickly note here, we do have our results here. If you're curious about last month's results for September, basically what we took, I think 21 trades, 2 were still open, but the other 18 hit profit targets there. So really, really cool stuff. This month's actually hitting a lot harder and a lot better. So really, really good. Again, thanks again for the feedback. Really appreciate it. Love and all the support, and greatly thank you so much for likes, follows, comments. I really like to hear from you guys. So let us know, guys and gals, everyone included. Thanks again. That's where we're at here. I'll go ahead and get an update, again, a playout chart up on our Twitter there, just so you can kind of see it and effectively help understand where we're at. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We will see you all in the next video. Take care.